Hi.
Hi, are you sure you can prepare for product based companies through this course?
Yes, sitting at home?
No way!
Yes, way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hi, everybody. Uh, a very good afternoon to you all. I suppose that most of you are having a holiday today because of Good Friday, and we are here to make your Good Friday better with our today's webinar, our My Interview Experience webinar series. So before going any further, I would request you all to please help me out that if I'm audible or not. Let's check it quickly, the audio, and move forward with our webinar. Okay. Is somebody in? Please mention in the comment section if I'm audible to you guys, and we'll begin with the webinar. Okay. I suppose that I'm audible, though I'm not getting any responses. Right? Audible. Okay, cool. Thank you, Aryan. Thank you, Jivansh. Thank you, Rishabh. Thank you, Sabir. Chalo. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I guess that it's some algorithm problem. Okay, I see these comments sometime, late. So, good. And as you all are aware about this series of our webinar, like my interview experience, is basically to provide you more information about how the placement drive is going on this season, and what are the companies asking, what are the company expecting, and how our candidates that we are inviting are going about it. So, without wasting any second or minute, I would like to invite Mr. Vatsal, who will share his interview experience with us. So let's quickly join him to the stream and begin with our today's session. Hi, Vatsal.
Oh,
Good afternoon.
hi, ma'am. Hope you are fine and doing well in this pandemic. Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, and yes, you're perfectly audible. Yes, and I'm also doing fine. How about you?
It was just a holiday for me, and it's just a normal day.
It's a normal day. Okay, so what's up with you these days? What is going on? What are you up to?
Okay, these days are just normal, like classes, online classes, assignments, and all those, basic engineer things.
Okay, cool. So, Vatsal, let's begin our session. I hope that you are also excited about today's session. And
Yeah.
let's begin with a brief introduction about yourself so that our audience may know you better, and and accordingly they may ask you questions, and so that we can help them out. So let's start with that
Sure.
introduction about you.
So, hi everyone. My name is Vatsal Verma, and right now I'm in third year of CSE Department of SRM Institute of Science and Technology. And right now, being in third year, it's really hectic for finding internships. So after for these tedious process, I got into Global Link program. And except these things, like I love coding. Obviously, I'm a good chef, and certainly I love storytelling. I do have a Spotify channel where I just narrate stories. So that's like something out of my hobbies, like something like that.
And wow, that's really amazing. We didn't know about this hidden talent of yours. You mentioned you are a good chef.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it's your hobby, or you want to, you're taking this thing somewhere, you want to take this thing to another level.
No, it's just my hobby. I'm well certified by Indian mom.
Wow, that's great. So, yes. Now, moving forward, we want to ask you that how did you get to know about the opening, about the internship and all? So we want to know the process or what happened.
So it's a long journey, like it's a long story. Like one of my senior who was a past intern of this global thing, he went Canada, and I asked him like how did you apply and all, and I was really curious related to the things when it comes to abroad. So I googled a lot and then found out that it's a program, Mitacs Globalink. So this is how I get to know about this Mitacs Globalink, and from the second year, I was really focused that okay, I need to apply this, and I need a great exposure, international exposure. So this is how I
Perfect.
know.
Great. So now we want to understand like our basic motive about of this webinar that we all are aware of, that we want to understand about the interview rounds and process better. So let's go to the next question. And our audience would like to know that how many rounds were there in your interview process. So please, and what were the rounds?
Okay, so firstly, before telling about the rounds, let me tell you that research interns are really, like you need a lot of patience while applying. Because it's just not that you apply and you just get in. It's just like you need to wait a lot. So it was around August last year when I applied, and we have to fill the entire application form, right? We have to provide our CV, our general details, our statement of purpose, and why you are interested, right? Your skills and like everything. You have to write everything and I'd like to be really precise. You have to sum up everything in just 100 words. And I guess that's a really
Okay.
small. It just end up in 2 to 3 lines. And after that, after a lot of people apply. Like this program is for like around 40 to 30 nations, and you have to compete with all. After applying, then you have to wait, and after after your application got shortlisted, then you are invited for interviews. Like in my case, I had 2 interviews, and both the interviews were at midnight, one at 3:30 and one at like 2:30 a.m. Like it was my first ever night interview. So it was a really good experience because the people who are taking interview are the really like trained persons there, and it was really nice. So like it was my first interview, and it was basic details about my project, like what I applied for and what are things they wanted me to do, and they just tell me about their labs and where I will be working, and they asked me some basic DSA questions, and certainly the project I'm applying for, like my project is more related to framework and app related things. So they wanted me to tell me about like my experience and past, like what are the work I have done in the related field, and what are the things I wanted to do, how can I invest my time, and how should I like everything related to that thing.
Yeah.
So and after that like interview, like it was my first interview, so they asked me related also. Yeah, you have to take one thing, man, that they can ask you anything. Like it's not like just only coding. They can just even ask you about maths related things. So I was like asked about like so something about statistic and all. So it was a good experience for me. And first interview was a bit hard, I can say. Like the interview questions were, as we know that Indian education, they just focus on coding or just just
Yeah.
grasping out the things, but they wanted
Hmm.
us to tell like you should be equally good in everything. So it was my first, and then second interview was also taken by one of the like PhD student like there. So he asked me out to like next day they sent me a mail, and they said me that I have to write a full PPT, and where I need to show it on like live video call, and I need to like show entire PPT and explain the entire PPT, what I know about the project and what is the project about. And then they asked me about the questions related to my PPT, and this was my second interview. And after like entirely after 2 months, I got my result that I have been awarded this global link scholarship. And so it's just like they are giving us like it is fully funded. That I know right now it's Corona, so I can't say whether I'll be traveling to Canada or not. But usually we have to travel Canada for 3 months for this internship.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, so COVID made your, chance, dropped your
Exactly.
chance of going to go Canada.
Exactly. Let's see
The
where it takes.
internship part is great, but not going to Canada is sad. Yeah. So basically, so how many rounds were there in total?
In total, basically the round are not fixed. So the round starting from one, or it can you can have max to max four interviews also, and in some cases you can have only one. It just you have to clarify you are the genuine candidate for the project. It just that's why, like in my case I have two, but many of my friends have 4 to 4 rounds. So it may depend on the the
Okay.
people who are taking it.
Okay, so it is not as the basic interviews that we have. It was
Yeah,
quite
exactly.
different because it started from an application, and the round was majorly based on the application. But yes, you need to be aware about the other factors as well that is linked to that
Exactly.
particular project. Okay, so now coming to another next question moving forward, is the importance of projects and internship in a resume. So
Okay.
what are your views on it?
Okay, so as it is a research intern, so I must say projects and internships are really, really important because I must say, like, first starting with the project, projects are the only key factor by which they tell whether the person is great or not, right? They have no other factor to decide. So I guess projects are really important, and at least having 4 to 5 projects on the domain which you applied on the project is a great thing. And it's still like it's always a luck on the other side, but I can say like projects are really important. And internship, like having an internship in the area where you applied, always an add-on, right? There is no drawback of not having a relation or
Yeah.
a relationship related to these things, right? So I guess having intern and projects are really important, but it's not mandatory. But I must say it's really important as per my perspective.
Okay. And okay, one more thing, that what do you think is the importance of hobby while
Hobby.
learning? Because we are discussing, yes, so projects and internship we are going, as you've mentioned also that you have this channel on Spotify, you do this thing. So what is your perspective towards it, that how much it is important and how much does it help you in your personality development? Do you think
Okay,
it helps
firstly,
or not? First question to this is only.
yeah, obviously hobbies always help, right? Like coding is not only everything like studying. Like you should have at least have a side hobby where you can invest your time, and most important, like you feel like fresh after doing that. Most important thing, like like after a heavy amount of work I have done, I'll just like try to sum up the stories, and I'll just try to think, see what stories I can make, right? So it is a really good thing for me. Cause, okay, so I'll tell you about that. I was interviewing one time with that professor, and he told me about the same question. Do you have any hobby? I was like, yeah, I have. Like, I'm a storyteller. I narrate stories. So he was really fascinated, and he was really interested about knowing the things that I do. So obviously, that's a
Hmm.
add-on thing that gives you that you are not only a nerd and all, you are into many other things. So that's give you a holistic improvement in your personality. And I have
Right.
found a lot of things in me that have changed due to these things.
Great. So, okay. And okay, let's take up this question after some time. And right now, let's quickly move to the Q&A session. So, I would like to request all my viewers. So, please drop in your queries and questions so that Vatsal may help you in your doubts. And yeah, so please wait. I'll check if somebody is asking. It will be. Uh, we are waiting, guys. Please stop in your questions that you can ask, that you want to ask from Vatsal. Meanwhile, Vatsal, one more question from for you, that there are times when you feel really, demotivated about things and you're not getting anything, and that time is worse. Matlab, you
Exactly.
feel like that, okay, what is happening with me, and am I not good enough for everything? So what is that source that kept you motivated? And if if there was no particular source, then what was the what was the way what were the ways in which you kept yourself motivated in those tough times?
Okay, so like starting from the like past like 6 to 4 months, like 6 to 8 months back when I started this application process of all, like it was really hectic and tedious process. I was literally facing every day, like I'm not getting responses from anyone. Am I not good enough, or like am I not doing that great to have those internships? So yeah, like for that moment, I was like, okay, like I should. Yes, is there any problem in me? But the thing is that it's just a phase of life, right? So in this case, I guess you all can do it. Like just talk to your close ones. I do have many friends who are really good. Like they just encourage me, or they just tell me like, no, it's this phase of life, and you are doing really great, and you just keep, you just keep, try to enhance yourself every day. That's all. Like, and I guess having a good surroundings of friend really helps a lot. And this is all I have done. Like when I feel like it's not working out, then I just call to my friends and we just talk about the things. Like I'm not up to these things, and how should I cultivate? And they just give me idea. I know we are on the same plane, but it's still like asking someone else and asking their opinion, right? It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So and somehow, yeah, and one thing like it's my own personal preference. I do watch movies for motivation, and yeah, so that's all. Like when I feel low, I do watch like my favorite movies, and yeah, this is how I motivate myself for coding and all. Like sitting for long durations on a table just for for focusing on things. This helps me a lot.
Okay. Now let's move to our Q&A session. Okay. Somebody is asking about your job.
Okay. So right now, I'm an upcoming research intern at ETS Montreal lab. So I'll be the research intern, and I'll be working on the project empirical study and framework on mobile application. So it's basically the research on the frameworks that we use to make mobile applications, and my lab is sponsored by Google Brains. So I'll be working under like those professors who are working in such a big companies like Google Brains and all. So it's
Yeah.
going to be obviously like I'll be getting to learn a lot of things, and yeah, that's really great.
Okay. Next question is from Rohan. He's asking that what all topics are important for interviews other than DSA.
Okay, so firstly, like for like the field which you are applying for, they are not only just DSA. There are so many fields like app development, web, and ML AI. So you should have a basic knowledge. I'm not saying you should have a deep one, but at least you should have a basic knowledge. Like if someone is asking you what is XYZ thing, so you should at least tell a vague idea about those things, right? I'm not saying we just go into deep into research things, because obviously these are the things you will learn while the interns. It's just they want you to that you have an idea about those things, right? So it might like for me it's like they ask me about related to app applications, and they ask me about the frameworks that I use. Like I have worked on Flutter and Go language and all. So they have asked me about why you chose these frameworks over others. So you should have a basic knowledge about all those things, and I guess that's enough. And yeah, the field which you're applying for, at least have a like knowledge where you're applying. Just DSA is like, I know DSA is important. DSA is just like a base of everything, right? But like EML, MLAI, and these are the things that you should know if you're applying in these fields.
Okay. Next question is for you is what kind of projects would be great?
Okay, it's totally up to your interest, right? Like, it's all about your interest, where you find yourself and like more inclined towards apply to those projects. And yeah, for the people who might be applying next year for Globalink, the project that you select are the most important factor of your selection. Because if you select a project which you have never ever you have no experience work, or you have no project at all linked to that project, so obviously your chances are always low as compared to others. So I will always suggest like apply to those projects which you have already have experience with, or which you at least know about the things. So interest, like it's all about interest where you feel like it's just the initial stage. You have a lot of time. You should explore the fields and then find out which might suit you best.
Okay. Next question for you is, how did you decide for the category of internship? You must have specialized in certain things, like you said, framework.
Yeah. So the thing is that basically in this Mitacs Globalink, you have to select the 7 projects. Okay. So it could be of different domain, but I was like I have my domain set. I'll just applied in ML, AI, and just framework. So my basically my this project deals with ML and this framework. So it's totally up to you where you find yourself interest and just apply to them. And yeah, one again I want to say that thing apply only in those projects which you feel like you can excel or which you have already experienced with. Else, they'll just reject your application. I've seen a lot of friends who get rejected by these things, by these factors only.
Okay. Next question is by Vishal. What is your advice for students who are going to apply Mitacs next year?
Okay, so like the juniors, like you should at least first thing, just focus on your the things and skills, right? Because here the skills matters the most, and obviously like try to improve your profile, have some good internship, like try to at least do some great projects. And I would suggest just they want a student should be equally good in everything, right? They are not just you are just good in coding. They want you to be good in equal things, like everything. They want you to be good with skills related to speaking. They want you to be really good with the way you show your things, and it's like just make a profile in a such way that the people won't don't let the people just reject you. They'll just select. That's all. And it's not like you might see it's a really hard process, but to be honest, I have gone through this process. It's just somehow your luck and somehow your skills matters a lot.
Okay. Moving forward to our next question. How to choose our research domain?
Okay, so like right now, obviously you're gonna be in first or second year. So just try out, like like explore the areas. Like you can go to app, web, MLA, and there are a lot of fields. Not only these things, like there are so many fields, and just explore this. And the thing which interests you, just go into it. Just dive into that. That's all I want to say. Like in my like personal opinion, I have started with web, but to be honest, web is not my like I didn't like web doing web development and all, and then I shifted to application and MLAI, and I found interest. Like I literally like interest is a major thing while applying for these things. So interest, just find out the interest of your domain and just go with it.
So as we're running out of time, let's take off one last question by Kashish. How did you shortlist the 7 projects while applying in the Mitacs?
Okay, so firstly, like while applying, you will get a lot of like things. So firstly, like they only said that you have to apply in 3 states of Canada. Like those 7 projects should not be in just one state. They should be in like 3 different states, and just like like just separate out the project which you find most interesting, note it down, and just read about the things they have provided things. Like just go through the intro and just just read the skill section. And if you feel like your skills have matched with those skills, just go. Just apply. And from my experience, just apply. Just be in a safe zone to apply also, not only for higher universities, but apply also from the lower universities, because getting selection is the chances will increase if you apply it to somehow lower colleges also. So that's my suggestion to all. Just don't go for like top tier ones and just UCB or University of Toronto. I know, because the competition is really high, and for right now you want to secure a position in this, right? So from my suggestion, just don't bluntly apply to the top tier colleges. Just feel where where your skill set match.
Perfect. So that's the end of our Q&A session. We'll surely take up questions of other people in our other sessions. As we are running out of time, we have to wind up this session. And now, as we are in the last segment, last few minutes of our webinar, Vatsal, I would like you to say a few words for the students and for the viewers who are just who are currently going through the placement season, be it interview, be it their job, be it internships, be it their jobs. So, what is your advice to them? So, we want viewers would like to have a piece of advice from your side.
Okay, so first thing is that just like the coding part. Yeah, I know it's really important, but firstly, how you show yourself is the most important factor, right, in an interview. So just be confident while answering the things, and confidence is really a good factor while you're interviewing, right? If you somehow don't know something, but in like the way you speak may somehow change the factor, right? So just be confident and apply, and like obviously luck is important, but you will rock. Don't worry, you will rock. Definitely, you're doing great in your life, and definitely.
So that's it, Pratsal. Thank you so much for today's session and taking out time during your schedule, your college, and everything. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon with some, special webinars hosting. We will love to host some other webinar with you in future. So and all the very best to you for your internship in your future.
Thank you, man.
Okay, Vatsal. See ya. Bye bye. Take care. So that was it, guys. That was our today's session. I hope the session helped you, and it will make an impression in your preparations, and it will make you more better, prepare better for your interviews. Now, again, I'm requesting you in the last of the not requesting. I'm just reminding you that our Geek Summer Carnival is arriving this 12th of April. And we have this pre-launch discount coupons on our website. And that's why we don't want you to delay about it, because the last day of those to grab those offers and coupons is 10th of April. It's already second. So don't be late. Don't be late and just grab those coupons and utilize them in the Geek Summer Carnivals and to level up your and scale up your learnings. So go and grab those. And till then, stay safe, keep learning, and we will try to bring the best of interview experiences and live mock webinars as we have just started the series to for you and help you out in every stage of your interview preparation and your learning stage. So thank you so much, guys, for being here in the webinar, and thank you so much for showing us your constant love and support. And yes, we would love to have feedbacks from your side, so do comment your feedback as well, that what kind of content would you like to see regarding your placements, and we'll surely add up and try to build up our content according to your wills. So till then, bye bye, take care, and all the best. See you soon.